is that I highly recommend comparing teas. Because in this video, we're going to compare 3 teas. We're not just going to compare the teas, we're going to enjoy the heck out of them. And that's what tea is about. It's really about enjoyment. I just want to talk to everyone about these 3 teas because these 3 teas are all from a really amazing region in Taiwan, in Nantou County. Ba Gua Shan, it's not a high elevation growing area. It's at about 100 to 200 meters. It's got a rich soil. A lot of these teas exhibit a honey note or a bug-bitten flavor. Ba Gua Mountain. It is the least roasted of any of the 3. It's got that honey tanginess. The roast Ba Gua was roasted and it has a more fruit note and it has a more rich kind of a funkiness to it. These teas are more ideal for storage in that they have a fruity tone that develops and matures over time. Now this third one, a fun one because this is this batch here, but then I took it out and roasted it for several days in our tea roaster. Now we have several tea roasting videos, so if you're interested in that subject, check out one of those tea roasting videos. But this one we're calling the Solstice Sunrise because I did complete that roasting just around the winter solstice. It's more of a classic crisp roast, and this is more of a fruity, soft note to it. All 3 of these teas are awesome. I recommend getting all 3, doing a comparison. Now, in order to compare these teas, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna brew them side by side. When we're deciding what tea to buy up in the mountains or for a tea shop, if you have a coffee shop or a tea shop and you want to learn how to compare tea, say you're comparing tea from 2 to 3 different vendors, this is the method of comparing that I highly recommend. It doesn't have to be with these exact teaware or these exact tools, but what you can do is get even just like similar size bowls and a scale, and this scale is really inexpensive. It's on Amazon, and I'll just put a link to that. So if you guys want to pick one of these scales up, weigh the tea, and you're going to want to have the same amount of tea per vessel. And then you're going to want to use the same temperature of water, and then you're also going to want to use the same brew time. All right, guys, let's take a little tour of the Ba Gua little thing down there. Take a look at these tea fields. That is beautiful. Drop our person right here. Oh my goodness, look at those beautiful tea fields. There's a tea processing facility there. And those are the rolling tea hedges. Here. Okay. That's a nice view. That'd be a nice little place to wake up in the morning. Yep. Ba Gua Shan is in Nantou County. Nantou County has a huge, it's the #1 tea producing county of Taiwan. Now, while the tea from this area isn't as famous as the high mountain teas such as the Ali Shan, the Li Shan, the Shanlin Shi, and these high mountain teas that have claimed wide notoriety and wide recognition, this tea is exceptional, mostly due to the cultivar, the soil, and the craftsmanship. Those are elements that can also supersede elevation. Elevation alone is just one of the variables that adds to a tea's breadth and quality and impression it's going to make. Now, what does elevation do? Well, elevation creates a stress on the tea plant itself. And when the tea experiences that stress, it has to pull from its inner workings, its inner DNA, its inner tea-ness, if you will, to pull from that source of life that is the tea plant to create the new buds. Because in a stressful situation, growth is not necessarily the easiest thing. It's easier to just maybe hunker down and hope for the best and just conserve your resources. But no, the tea plant must put out those fresh buds, those fresh leaves, those fresh shoots, and that's going to create a remarkable flavor. How else can stress be induced into the tea plant? Well, there's other ways other than just elevation. For example, a certain amount of rain or lack of rain, the soil composition itself, that season's particular weather patterns, like the cold, fog. Fog limits the amount of light. Fog will limit the amount of light that is allowed in from the sun, creating a slight stress to the plant. Because again, without direct sunlight, the tea does have to struggle to put out its new leaf. Nantou County is one of the most famous and, like I said, most prolific tea growing areas of Taiwan. And one of the reasons that it was chosen to grow so much tea is that Nantou County has famously a lot of fog. My spidey sense is telling me that this tea is ready. And I will put links to these 3 teas in the description, as well as a link to some of these cupping devices here. Ooh, that is a red clay color right there coming off of our most roasted one. Next we have, and right off the bat we can see there's quite a difference in the color here. Oh, that's toasty and roasty. That is smooth and tantalizing. It's like tangentially roasted. It's just almost tangerine. There's a lot of tans in there, but not a lot of tannins. Oh my god. And this is just buttery. That's some more buttery, which is really weird. Almost like a honey butter. First, the more roasted. See that color difference in the leaf. And finally, the Ba Gua Mountain. It still has a roast, but it's not like noticeable. It's not like the what we call a roast oolong. Oh, those are so beautiful. Brewed tea here. This is the darkest. This is the golden, most gold. And then we have yellow orange gold. This is an orange gold. And then we've got the copper or the brick, the maroon color there. And now everybody's favorite part, we will drink some tea. We'll taste these teas in the opposite order that we brewed them, because we'll start on the light and we'll go. And this, if you ever were thinking of coming to the tea house just to stop by, this would be a good time. We'd have plenty of tea to drink. We don't serve tea, but we do brew tea randomly, and when we do, we're happy to share. Dried rose, stone fruit, peach, some honey. The honey finish is really nice in that one. Sweet honey aftertaste and floral. Oh wow, that took a minute for the floral to kick in. I mean, there was that dried rose up front, but that sweet jasmine-y floral in the finish. Jasmine candy. Now this one is much different and just much more soothing. It does have a crisp roasty note to it. You can definitely taste the roast. It has a more there's a little bit of toast. There is that same plummy fruit. Definitely a more oxidized tea. Mellow, relaxing kind of it's gonna be all right kind of vibe to it. Whoa, this one is tangier. It's a little drier in the mouth without being astringent. It's definitely got, this one has a little bit more width to the flavor. Cinnamon, fruity. Fruity as all heck. All 3 of these are amazing teas. I recommend that you get an ounce of each of these teas, you brew them at home, you try them yourself, and you leave a comment. And you tell me which tea you liked best of the 3 Ba Gua Shan. Don't forget, if you want to learn about oolong, if you want to learn about tea from Taiwan, if you want to learn about pu'er, any category of tea, we've got the 20-page PDF. You get it for free when you sign up for our newsletter, so I will also include that link to our newsletter in the description here. Hopefully you guys can take my enthusiasm, because I just can't help. A, I love the tea. B, I drink the tea. C, I get jacked up on tea. And then I become the tea hype man. That's what I do. Is I hype it, man. This tea is good.